Hi guys, thanks for tuning in today. We are starting a new series and we're going to be talking about the power of storytelling, which is a little deviation from what I was planning on doing and what I mentioned last time, but I was thinking about it a lot over the break, and this is something very near and dear to my heart that I've been intending to share. So here we go. I might as well open it up by sharing a story of my own. I'm a little hesitant to do so because I'm being kind of vulnerable, and this topic, storytelling, has been on my mind for months, and it started when I was just looking for ways to grow my business, and I started thinking about all of the motivational books and business books that I was reading, events I was attending, and webinars that I was watching. And one thing that stuck out to me was that the people who tend to do the best job know how to tell really good stories and connect with their audience that way. To me, though, it sounded pretty intimidating because I don't personally feel like I'm a great storyteller. So I was kind of frustrated by that. Like, okay, great. Some people are just born with it. I'm not. And the other thing is, a lot of the people that I was watching and listening to, they have enormous success with work from hundreds of thousands and millions of people who know them and love them. Well, you know, that's not me right now. So what are these amazing stories I'm going to tell? And of the stories that I do have, how do I tell those without sounding like I'm bragging? So I was trying really hard to stay positive and not spiral into a bad place as I was thinking about it. So I just thought, all right, maybe I just need another approach. Maybe storytelling isn't for me. But there was something that just kept nagging at me about it that wouldn't let me stop thinking about it. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to study storytelling, and storytelling specifically for business. So I started reading voraciously books, curriculum, articles, watching videos, everything that I could find on the topic. And even after all of that, I still felt like something was holding me back, even though I know this can be such a game changer. And this originally was what I intended for this next series to be. But I still had this fear that, oh, I don't quite know enough, or I'm not going to be as polished as I want to be to really make it worth your while. But it wouldn't get out of my head. So depending on how long you've been following me, you might remember that I actually had a series on fear prior to the marketing strategies series. And it's funny the way that it will follow you in the places where you're supposed to be focused in life. So I have decided that because I know this is hugely beneficial and can completely change your business, that it's worth it. And so take that fear, I'm gonna go with this anyway. So you're joining me in the middle of my story as I am going through a lot of changes and overcoming fears with storytelling, and I invite you to do the same. So here I am offering you what could possibly change the course of your business success trajectory. So I hope that you'll come along with me for this journey. And I want you to start considering this week how storytelling could help you grow your own business. If you don't already know how powerful it is, I want you to really pay attention to obviously the news, political debates, businesses you watch, nonprofit or non-fiction books that you read, and see how they use story and how compelling it is. So today we're just going to cover why story matters. And I want you to know that it is extremely memorable when you can convey a story, and it gives you a strong emotional connection with your audience. So likely you are not the only person who does what you do for a living, and without no real strong connection to your audience, I'm sorry to say that people are likely going to forget you and move on to someone else instead of wanting to do business specifically with you. And a story lends vulnerability. It allows people to relive a moment with you, which is something that we'll get into more in a future video. And they're able to relate to you. either in a way that they see themselves in you or in a desired self that they have. And then finally, from a scientific side, story is the way that our minds are hardwired to learn, to remember, and to form attachments. I'm going to be creating a free giveaway that will explain that piece of it, which is really important, in more detail, and maybe I'll make a video on it. Actually, if you want me to make a video on that so that you can really key into the parts of the brain that are most affected by story to really deeply entrench what you're saying in someone's mind, let me know in the comments that you want a video on that. So also, stories are just the most effective and efficient way to have someone get to know you. And if you don't already know this, people need to know, like, and trust you before they agree to do business with you. So this is a way that you can expedite that process. So I'm asking you, as a little challenge, to see where you can share your stories in your business over the next couple of weeks. Now, my next video is going to cover the definition of story that I will be using for this series, as well as a basic structure that you can keep in mind as you are fitting your experiences, which will also go into the difference between an experience and a story, so that you can make it in a way that someone can relive with you. Now, if you are looking at this on YouTube, you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner of your version of this video, there is a red button with a subscribe link. So if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am asking you to do that if you like this video and are interested in others like that. And otherwise, until next time, I'm Christina Bilbrey, wishing you great success.